I love this opening shot. It's almost like I'd like to see how long the scene could play in just this shot. And I like this shot too. There's something kind of weird about the way she's holding the pen and the way he's watching her. Terrific.
No, it's not schizophrenia. I mean,
it's weird. It feels to me like because the first shot is so formal that going out to this kind of standard two-shot kind of coverage shot it doesn't add enough new information. In other words, it gives us the therapist, but it kind of deflates the power of the image before, which the image before is Harold in this weird isolated Harold place. So I almost would say try to just go to, if you've got singles of her, maybe it's this shot, and maybe try keeping it tighter. Keep it, and kind of maybe almost lose the wide shot altogether, if it's possible. I understand you have some focus issues maybe with floating him in the foreground on the other one.
Not to me, about me.
See, this angle works better than the flatter angle. I think once we come off that opening shot, I just use this one for him and then the reverse of it for her.
I'm inextricably involved in a story, like I'm a character in my own life. The only problem is the voice comes and goes. It's like there are other parts missing. And I need to figure out what those other parts are before it's too late.
Again, see how it kind of deflates it? And when we start with that kind of intense close-up on her hands to begin with, we come out and it just dissipates her kind of, we lose any sense of her character being, I don't know, threatening or obsessive or anything. See, this shot just works better. And I think for the acting, I feel like Hunter, I think you're right on with where he's at this point. I think that desperation point that's coming up here, which I talked to you a little bit about, I think it could have been even more. And I think for Eric and any of the directors out there, I think some of it is once you get something, particularly in a comedy, where you're buying it, you're believing it, it's not a bad idea to push it. Push the envelope a little more. Try some different things that maybe get it out on a limb, sort of comically speaking. And it has to do in most cases with getting more serious, more desperate, that kind of thing. Not trying to be funny, but trying to get at the heart of Harold's fear.
I don't know.
It might be worth trying to cut back to Harold here on the I don't know. I don't know if he has any kind of giving up. She's almost given up there. Does he have a moment of despair and then come back to her for this?
I would have to speak to someone in literature, I suppose.
Okay.
Nice moment of realization here. It's a great example of the fact that what we're really looking for is not the language that he's going to speak. We're looking for his realization, and that's a nice moment that you have there.
Dear, yes.
But Mr. Craig.
And this would be the one place where I might come out to this shot because it's kind of the finish of the scene.
If the voice tells you to quit your job.
I think the other thing too, Ashlyn, is that you're letting the camera come to you more now, and you have a really nice presence on camera. I think finding characters like this and getting into their obsessive qualities is something that you can could have also pushed a little bit more, and the director could help you with a bit more. It also has to do a little bit, Eric, with maybe finding shots that give a sense of her obsessiveness. I like that you had this close-up of her hands. You could even go back to it. It would be interesting if you had it from all of Harold's point of view and all you had was shots of hands and her face in hyper close-up or something. It might do some interesting things as well.